Morning, ladies. Today is Tuesday, March 24th, and we're going to be doing a practice lesson over multiplying mixed numbers. So our first two questions are going to be kind of a refresher on turning a mixed number into an improper fraction, and then also turning a whole number into a fraction and then multiplying them. So one thing that's really important to remember when you're multiplying mixed numbers, you cannot multiply them in this form. They have to be turned into an improper fraction, and a whole number has to be turned into a fraction as well by putting a 1 underneath it. So first thing we want to do is we're going to look at our mixed number. We have 2 3/4. In order to turn this into an improper fraction, we're going to take our denominator, which is 4, and multiply it by our 2, our whole number. So 2 times 4. And then we're going to add the answer of 2 times 4 to 3. So 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11. And then our denominator is going to stay the same, which is 4. Now 8, super easy. We take our whole number and we put it over 1. So 8 over 1. Now we multiply. 11 times 8 is 88. 4 times 1 is 4. And then we know when we have our answer in an improper fraction, we want to turn it back into a mixed number. So in order to do that, we're going to be doing division. So top number divided by our bottom number. So we know that 4 can go into 8 2 times. 8. 4 now goes into 8 another 2 times. So our answer for 88/4 is 22. So let's look at the next one. Same strategy. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 1 is going to be 13. Our denominator is going to stay the same. And then our whole number becomes 6 over 1. And then we multiply. So we'll do what we know in our brain first, which is 4 times 1. And then 13 times 6, we'll do that next. If you're not sure what 13 times 6 is off the top of your head, then you're going to want to stack it and practice that. So 13 times 6. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So that equals 78. And then we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to be dividing our top number divided by our bottom number. So 78 divided by 4. 4 goes into 7 one time, which is 4. We subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bring down our 8. 4 goes into 38 9 times. 4 times 9 is 36. We subtract. 38 minus 36, so 8 minus 6 gives us 2. And then this becomes not a remainder, but it's part of a fraction. So that 2 is going to become part of our fraction. That's our numerator. The 4 is our denominator. So we have 19 2/4. And we know that 2/4 is the same as 1/2. So our answer is 19 1/2. So down at the bottom, we have 2 sets of mixed numbers. So what we need to do is turn both sets into an improper fraction and then multiply them. 4 times 2 gives me 8, plus 1 is 9. We have 9/2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Denominator stays the same. And then we multiply straight across. 9 times 5 is 45. 2 times 4 is 8. And then we multiply, or we divide. Top, which is 45, divided by bottom, which is 8. 8 cannot go into 4, but 8 can go into 45. 8 goes into 45 5 times. 8 times 5 is 40. We subtract 5 minus 0, which gives me 5. And remember, this is not a remainder. This becomes part of your fraction. So 5 is your numerator, and then we look over here, and this is our denominator. 5/8. We can't divide anything into 5 and into 8. That's the same number because 5 is a prime number. That means the only number that can multiply in order to get 5 is 5 in itself. So we can't make it any smaller. So our answer is 5 and 5/8. All right, last one, number 4. Darker color. All right. So we have 1 3/5 times 2 1/4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. We have 8/5. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. We have 9/4. 8 times 9 is a basic fact. We have 72. And 5 times 4 is also a basic fact, which is 20. Now we're going to take our improper fraction, where that bigger number is on top, smaller number is on the bottom, and we're going to turn it into a mixed number using division. Top divided by bottom. 72 divided by the bottom, which is 20. On this one, we can kind of count by our 20s. Easy, quick numbers to skip count by. So we know that 20 can't go into 7, but we're going to skip count. So 20, 40, 60, 80. 80 is a little bit too much, so we're going to go back to 60, which is 3 times, and subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. There's nothing else to bring down, so this becomes my numerator. So I have 3 and 12, and then the 20 becomes my denominator. But both 12 and 20 are even numbers, so I can either divide it by 2 or I can think of something even bigger. So 12 and 20 have different numbers that are in common other than 2. So we can think about 12. So we have 2, we have 4, we have 3. So we have to ask ourselves, what other numbers also go into 20 that also go into 12? So we know that 2. What about 3? Can we multiply a number times 3 to give us 20? No. So let's go to 4. Can we multiply another number times 4 to give us 20? Yeah, so let's divide by 4. So we'd have 3, and then 12 divided by 4 gives me 3. 20 divided by 4 gives me 5. So my answer is 3 3/5. All right, so today for your lesson on PearsonRealize.com, remember your login for Pearson Realize is going to be your first period, your last name, and then your password information is going to be your class, so your college, either Berkeley or Stanford, and then your class number. So your assignment is labeled as Tuesday, March 24th, lesson 8.7. You have the video that we usually watch in class at the beginning. You have a quick check, you have a practice sheet, and then there's also a game. If you have extra time today, which I'm pretty sure you will, log into Prodigy or Freckle and do a little extra practice. I hope that everybody's staying safe and washing those hands. We really miss you, and hope we can get back to school really, really soon. But have a great day.